Well, it's time for our daily holiday this morning. It is Weed Your Garden Day. That does not sound like fun.
I hate doing that.
I know.
I remember doing that as a kid. That was one of those chores where I just,
I know.
that and picking up after Fido.
Right. Yeah, I thought this was the daily holiday. I don't want to celebrate this.
Do we have somebody else weed our garden, perhaps?
Oh, yeah,
Maybe?
there you go. That's something to
Although
celebrate.
so far, the weeds haven't been too bad, at least in my areas, but
Mine's
might be
bad.
a different story, really.
Mine's bad.
Yeah.
With the recent rain, though, gardens are, of course, starting to grow.
Yeah.
So are the weeds. Unfortunately, not all of those plants growing in our garden are the ones that we want. So today is the day to get out and get rid of those pesky weeds in your garden. Weeds take nutrients from your flowers or crops, and on top of being pests, they also kill your plants, which is not good.
Not good at all.
And with the recent rain, they might be easier to pull. So there's the upside.
Perhaps.
With News 8's Nick Adams is at the Kane Street Community Garden to find out more on how to best weed your garden. Nick?
Lisa, Bill, thank you very much. We're down here at the Kane Street Community Garden. It's a little muddy, it's a little buggy, but the garden needs to get weeded at some point. We're here in all the crops, and if you look in here very closely in the crops, there are some weeds that we are going to be pulling. Now, weeds are really any plant that is growing where it's not supposed to be. So you could have a perfectly regular plant, flowers of some sort that are growing where they shouldn't be, and those would be considered weeds. Now, there's a few different ways to take care of weeds. You can use tools or sprays. If you're using pesticides on your crops, you want to be careful which ones you're using. You have a little more leeway with flowers, but you can use those to get rid of weeds. However, the best way to take care of them is to get them out of there entirely, root and all. Now, a hoe is the best tool to use. It's also nice to have some gloves. However, I have neither, so I'm just going to be getting in there with my hands today. The ground is soft enough where they should just come out themselves. So if you look at this one right here, what you want to do is just get down as far as you can and just pull it out. And yeah, with this soft grass or soft soil from the rain, very easy to get these weeds out. And so you just want to pull them out entirely and get them away from your garden. That is the best way to weed your garden. Now, here at the Kane Street Community Garden, weeding is taken care of by volunteers. Actually, pretty much all of the functions here at the Kane Street Community Garden are handled by volunteers. They're still looking for volunteers for the summer. They've started planting. As you can see, things are growing. So now, after all this rain, just like I'm doing here, they do need people to start weeding for them. So if you are interested in volunteering, you can find their website. They're actually run by the Hunger Task Force. So you're going to look for the Hunger Task Force online. And once you get to their website, you just search for Kane Street Community Garden. You can also look for them on Facebook, but they are still looking for some help with weeding. It doesn't sound, Lisa, like you or Bill are too interested in weeding your garden. With as soft as it is out here, it's incredibly easy. So if you need some help, I mean, I'm pulling them out very easily right now. Easy to get down there, and you can see the roots as I pull them out. You want to get all of that weed out of your garden. Gloves, useful to have. However, some of these get a little prickly. Lisa, Bill, the Kane Street Community Garden still looking for volunteers, though, to help with this weeding project. I'm going to stay here, see if I can clean up this row for a little while. I'll send it back to you.
Well, that's very nice of you.
Very nice.
Thank you so much.
And it's so true about how some weeds come out so easily, littler, just the whole ball of roots and everything comes out. Others not so much. And like you said, others kind of catch you by surprise with the prickliness.
Yes.
So I highly recommend gloves as you do that weeding.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. And with the rain, I think it's a little bit easier to pull those out, too.
I wonder how the bugs were out there. My goodness, the mosquitoes.
I know.
Oh, my goodness.
I know. The gnats. Ugh. Well, as you just heard, the Kane Street Community Garden is cared for by volunteers, and you can find out more at the Hunger Task Force website or by calling 608-386-3319.